Hey, we're here with Anthony Miller, and we had an opportunity, and he was gracious enough to come in. I just want to ask a couple of questions about your experience with the Hula Bowl and get that on film for the young players that we're talking to. And the number one question I want to ask you, Anthony, is, why the Hula Bowl? Why play in a college all-star game?
Me personally, I had got hurt my senior year, so I didn't play in that many games, and my stock had went down. At that time, I was like second in the nation as far as wide receivers, so my stock had went down when I hurt my knee. So my whole objective of playing in the Hula Bowl was getting my stock back up. And at that time, we had a lot of first-round players that played that year, and playing against them, showing them that I could still play at a high level in competition, it helped me out tremendously.
And how did that work? Where were you drafted?
I was a 15th pick in the first round, and I went to the San Diego Chargers.
That's great. That's great. Well, looking at playing in one game versus multiple games, what would you say to young players saying, I didn't get a chance to go to the Senior Bowl, but there's some other bowls to play. Is it worth playing in two bowls?
Oh, tremendously. I mean, after I left and went to the Senior Bowl, I had a great practice, great game, and it boosted my stock up even more, getting me ready for the combine. And at that point, I wasn't even projected to be a first rounder coming in that year. I mean, not that year, coming in playing in the bowl games. And after playing in the bowl games and going to the combine, my stock went way back up.
Excellent, excellent. If you give advice, you've been in the game, you've been 5-time Pro Bowler. If you're going to give advice to these young men as they come to Hawaii and they come with over 100 scouts there, what would you tell them about the week?
The week was tremendous, but the thing about it, when you get there, even though it's Hawaii and you figure you want to have fun, that's where your job starts. That's where the interview starts and everything. So you have to take everything like, hey, I'm doing an interview to start my career for the NFL, and take it very seriously.
What about on the field, separating yourself out? I mean, you're up against the best. We'll have receivers from the East Coast, we'll have receivers from the Big Ten, the Pac-12, wherever these guys are coming from. How do you separate yourself?
Well, with me, I know what kind of ability I had. I played in the SEC, I played against great competition, and I know once I got there, it was for people all over, small college, big colleges, but really good competition and scouts there. I was so hyped up and ready to play and taking it so serious because I knew that was my future. It was something that I dreamed about playing in the NFL. And once I knew that and knew what kind of player I was playing against them, it just helped me out tremendously, and I was just so excited.
How do you separate yourself on the field at practice? I mean, obviously it's Hawaii, you're having a good time, but how do you separate yourself to get the look?
To me, you got to really hone in on what you're doing as far as you're going against. With me, we were always at Tennessee. One-on-one was like we were hyped for a one-on-one because that's when all the scouts are there. We're competition and we're going back and forth with the DB. And that's just life competition, playing football at every level. It's always going to be competition. And we took it very serious, and that's how you have to do when you play in these bowl games. You have to take it very serious and take it that it's a job.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to having you in Hawaii. Thanks for the time with 5-time Pro Bowler Anthony Miller.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.